All right. Well, good evening and welcome to the Detroit Metro Plug podcast where connections matter. I'm your host, Charles McKay, coming to you each week, bringing you interviews of Detroit difference makers in the area of entrepreneurship and community involvement. My apologies. We were supposed to start off at 8 o'clock. There was some technical difficulties with the sound and everything, hearing my guests. And so we had to play around until we got it right. So we're here. So those who, my apologies on just, we live in a world where you run into some technical challenges at times, but we got it fixed. So I'm excited for our guest tonight and our topic tonight. Thank you for those who are waiting, joining us. We definitely appreciate you. Thank you for those who are watching us live on our YouTube channel at Detroit Metro Plug Podcast. Thank those who are watching us live on our Facebook page at the Detroit Metro Plug Podcast, and those who are joining us on LinkedIn at Detroit Metro Plug Podcast. Happy Monday. We are in the second week of July, and the year is almost over. I hope everybody's doing good, enjoying your summer. So we got an exciting topic tonight. We have a special guest. We're going to talk about his business, the gift basket business. But more importantly, here's a story about a person who went from a difficult situation, incarceration, to now where he's an inspiration to others, his family, people in the city of Detroit and beyond. So we're going to talk about that. So again, if you're joining us, please like and share this with other friends, people you know. This is an impactful story. A very special guest. I'm excited. He's been a supporter, a friend of the podcast, been sharing our information. So I'm excited to have him on the podcast. Now, before I go into our guest today, as you know, I am a ambassador to Black Leaders Detroit. If you ever thought about how you can be a hero or make a positive contribution in our community in Detroit, consider becoming a member of Black Leaders Detroit. Let me share this quick video clip about this organization.
Black Leaders Detroit, they knew that during the pandemic, that Black businesses were going to be left out of any type of funding that the government gave, and they wanted to make sure that they were able to figure out how they could step up and help, because again, this is their community, and they want to make sure that their community is still here when this pandemic is over with. And the only way you can do that is by offering support to your community, and so they stepped up and they did that.
I've been telling everyone I know about Black Leaders Detroit. The things that they're doing is simply amazing. And they're taking care of business for the Black business owners.
It's $1 a week donation to keep this great thing moving. $1 a week keeps it popping. Black Leaders Detroit.
All right. $1 a week keeps everything moving. $1 a week keeps everything popping. So you too can become a hero. Join with me at blackleadersdetroit.org. $1 a week, $52 a year, or $4.33. They've been providing great resources to nonprofits and Black-owned businesses in the city of Detroit. Blackleadersdetroit.org. All right, so let's get into our guest for today. 1 second here. Let me bring up these slides. All right. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 81. A little bit of information about our guest. Um, our next guest is a native Detroiter, born and raised in Detroit, a true East Sider, as he would tell you. He founded and started his own company, his own business, CEO and founder, 2021, Mr. Baskets LLC. He is an inspirational guy. Um, he encountered some difficulties in life, made some choices, and he was incarcerated. But he didn't let that be defined him. He is a person who made changes in his life, admitted to his mistakes, and leads a life of inspiration. And so we're here at the Detroit Metro Plug podcast. We like to celebrate people, celebrate their contributions, give people their flowers, and acknowledge the good things that people are doing. And we may not have always done things perfectly. I include myself. I've made some bad choices, but we can always change and turn things around. And so we're here to celebrate that. And so you may know of the great Wallow 267. Wallow and Gilly, they have the $1 million worth of game podcast. Wallow turned his life around, came out of prison, started a t-shirt business, other business, a podcast. He's a millionaire. So Philly has their Wallow 267. But ladies and gentlemen, we have our own version, who is known as Mr. Baskets around the city of Detroit. He has his own story of inspiration. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the Detroit Metro Plug podcast, none other than Kyle D. Parks, known as Mr. Baskets.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled. I'm humbled. I'm honored. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Sorry to everyone that's been waiting. You know, like you say, things happen. Life will show up. You know, that's a perfect example that, you know, when life show up, you got to keep going. You can't let nothing stop you. And that's a testament of it. Almost says a small glimpse of my story, because things gonna happen, but you got to
Yeah,
keep performing. You got to keep showing up. You can't let one obstacle stop you from going to your next obstacle, because they're gonna keep
right,
coming on this
right.
entrepreneur's journey. But I signed up for it. You know, success leaves clues, as you say. I took that mantra from you. That's a great mantra. You better patent that before I use that as well. But definitely success leave clues, but it always had some adversity, like you say. So yeah, we had tough technical difficulties, but without further ado, like you said, it is I, Mr. Baskets. My name is Kyle D. Parks, and the D stands for determination, or it depends on the day you ask me. It might be, you feel me, big dummy, as Fred G. Sanford would say. But I definitely started this journey on my entrepreneurship run in 2021. I started then and started the business. I started on a shoestring budget. Um,
Hmm.
Believed in myself. The pandemic was going on during that time. I was unemployed at that time. So I took it upon myself. I always had a knack for entrepreneurship. So I seen the opportunity for the gift basket market. I seen the way it was represented. I didn't like the way it was represented as far as the price gouging. For one, like if you go on Walmart, you may get a gift basket for $60, $70. They may only have one toy in it, some candy, and a bunch of grass paper. And Walmart presents that to the people, you know. So for
Right,
our
right,
people, I know a mother that has 5 children. How can she get by and buy 5 baskets? That's $300. And all the baskets, none of them represent nothing of what Easter says. I was a kid once. I know how it feels to open up an Easter basket and not get nothing in there. Did you really want it? You know, you almost want to
right,
throw it
right,
across
right,
the room. So I took it upon that journey of entrepreneurship on the path of, like I'm saying,
right.
during Easter time. It was April of 2021 where I first started the business, first from top to
Hmm.
bottom, articles incorporation, all my paperwork like that. The LLC, EIN, my logo, got with a graphic designer, designed the logo and that sort of
Right.
thing. and I took off. You know, I hit the ground running. My first
Okay.
pop up was successful. I did it on the east side of town, right off of 7 Mile.
All right. East side. East side.
Ironically, yeah, yeah, right. Ironically, and I did very well. Um, the people, I was well received. It was a couple other gift basket people in there, but none sold out like me. I sold out, so that went to show me
All
then
right.
like I may have something. And
All right.
fast forward to that, I played with it a little more, found my niche, found my craft,
Right. Right.
um, studied the market, studied how to scale it, how to brand it more to bring more of appeal to my baskets. We're adding quality such as Bath and Body Work products, Avon products, and that sort of thing, and
All right.
offering
All right.
just something different from the norm. You know.
All right. All right. All right. All right. So you, thank you, thank you, thank you. For great introduction yourself. You kind of gave the 2 minute version of your life, but I want to for our listening audience, I want to kind of break it down, um, and I want to go into who were you before you became Mr. Basket. So we talked about you growing up on the East Side. Obviously, you ran into some things in your life, some choices. You mind sharing a little bit about that, a little bit of background of yourself?
No problem. Well, yes, like you say, I'm from the east side. Gratiot is 6 Mile. I take that everywhere I go. A lot of people know me from that. Even if I hashtag Mr. Basket LLC, I'm gonna hashtag Gratiot because that's where I'm from. I was taught you never forget where you come from. That story is well. It epitomized the person I am. That's that Detroit grassroots. We hustle hard mentality. But yes, like you say, I didn't always do the right thing. I made some choices in my life. Well, I can't just say choices. I just say I chose the wrong path when I should have thought the right way, if that makes sense
Okay.
to you. And
Okay.
coming from that environment, you know, you're a product of the environment. You want the
Right.
nice
Right.
gold chain. You want the rims. You know where we come from. It's the
Right. Right.
culture
Right.
of hustling. You know what I mean? It's the
Right. Right.
culture of the Cartiers. So all those
Right.
things kind of steered me the wrong way in a sense. In my neighborhood, you know, all my friends were drug dealers. You know, my best friend
Right.
was
Right.
a drug dealer. RP to Doug, RP to J Hard. You know, I grew up with a lot of big fixtures in the game. I'm from the neighborhood of best friends. The best friend I used to go down the street and see Boogaloo or Charlie and all that. So then it inspired me, I guess, in a sense, in the wrong way. But as you see now, I still implement those tools from that path of life, incorporating in this part of life with doing the right thing, with the grit of taking something and turning it something this out of nothing, and that making sense. That's the same way you do in the street, you know. So yeah, along that path, it cost me, you know. You know, eventually it's gonna catch up with anybody. That's what I try to tell a lot of guys in this game. You know, you gotta sneak in and sneak out without slipping in if that's the case. Or if not,
Right. Right.
it's karma, you know what I mean? So
Right.
why
Right.
not use those same entrepreneur tactics from the street to the level of business?
So,
So
what was the turning point for you where you said, "Okay,
that
this
black
happened"?
robe, when that black robe and that gaffle hit, oh, it's a lot of them gonna hit the reality. Like, oh,
Okay.
when you hear that gate shut and you can't go to the refrigerator like you want to, or you can't jump in that nice car you used to drive. Those are the times that you hear the reality in that war, and no one's answering your phone, no one's sending you mail. The same
Right.
guys you used to risk your life with, they're nowhere to be found. So that was the turning point. I went back. I'm a three-time convicted felon, you know, so that's part
Okay.
of the story a lot of people don't know. I had to keep learning the lesson, if that makes sense. You're gonna keep learning the lesson until you get the lesson. So with that being said, fast forward, I don't want to share too much bad light on the
Right.
light
Right.
on the
Right.
bad situation, but 2018, after serving 6 calendars, because not cassette, I mean um multiple, you know what I mean? A
Right.
prefix,
Right.
B
Right.
prefix, C prefix. The C prefix, that was it for me. You know, I came home at 38, if I'm not mistaken, in 2018. Tried to change my life over. I got married in 2012. That didn't go too well for me. You know, so I had some adversity there because I was
Right.
trying to come back home and uphold the responsibility that I signed up for as a husband, and things didn't go right there.
Right. I understand that. I
We
understand.
wasn't on the same page, so I went through a troublesome divorce. Had to set back from there. Had to get my mind right there. Went through some things such as depression. You know, couldn't find myself then. Lost some loved ones then and stuff like that. And it wasn't until I met a partner of mine, and me and him
Okay.
started a business. He had a business going and he needed some help there. So I helped him strategize it. He didn't know nothing about LLCs, paperwork,
Right.
setting
Right.
up
Right.
a website, or none
Now,
of
who
that.
taught you all? How did you learn all that stuff? You get out of prison in 2018. You said you kind
Correct.
of the turning point was when you saw the gavel, the black robe. You like, man, you didn't have access to the life that you used to have, and then began to reevaluate your life. So how did
Correct.
you develop these other skills and to turn into entrepreneurship?
Well, unlike other people in prison, I didn't go to the way pit. I sat on my bunk. My bunk was college. So while everybody was running to the phone to go call that girl and running to the way pit and doing all the prison lifestyle, because it is another world inside of there. And I took it upon that time to say, this time when I get out, I'm gonna be prepared. So I did get my GED after failing 5 times. I didn't let that stop me. I
Okay.
did self-taught myself entrepreneurship, far as how to
Was there
establish
certain books you
yourself.
read, or what was
Oh
it?
man, yes, I read a plethora of books. One good one for me was Think and Grow Rich by
All right,
Napoleon
Think and
Hill.
Grow Rich. That's a
Yeah, that was a
classic.
good one. I read James Allen. I read the Russell Simmons book. So it was a multitude of books. I probably read about 60 books all total. James P. Gills, he got a lot
Wow,
of good
wow.
ones. I read the Think as Ever Man. Thinkers. What is that one? Thinkers
As a
as a
man
Man.
thinker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, As a
yeah.
Man Thinketh by
Right,
James
right, right.
Allen. That was a good one. I read the 48 Laws of Power. That was a
Okay,
good one. And that actually was to inspire me to say, you know what, let me pick up my pen and try this. You know what I mean? I always
right.
excelled in English. I had good grades in English. So that was a time for me to prepare myself also for another platform. I always had a knack for expressing myself through the pen. You know, I could write letters
Okay,
good. I had a lot of time to write. I did 6 calendars, so I manifest how to prepare a synopsis, to prepare a book from top to bottom, as far as chapters, characters, and stuff like that. Went to the
okay.
law library, picked up books, and at that time, that's when I like I said, I just self-taught myself everything from
All
investing in
right. So you,
stocks.
yeah, you took a challenge the situation. You. It sounds like you owned up to the decisions you made. You took some responsibility, and you
Yes, sir.
decided to change the narrative of your life. And you said, "Look, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use this time to have college on my bunk. I'm gonna read all the
Correct.
business books I can. So
Correct.
like Think and Grow Rich, As a Man Thinketh, several books. You said you read over 60 books. So I like that. That's very inspirational. Because sometimes people can get to a situation and start blaming other people, and then they get stuck. But you said, "Hey, look, I want to change my life," and so you have invested in yourself and started to read. So I think that deserves some air horns. But you took, yeah. All right, so you started self-taught, you read these books. So when you came out, it sounded like you hit the ground running. So explain to me, because when you hear Wallow 267, he has the same, he was in when he was locked up, he was reading books, he had his notebook, he called it the book of life. He would write things down, things he was studying, he would ask questions, and boom, as soon as he got out, he just went hit the ground running. Was that similar to you?
Yes, yes, because I actually I was like I was explaining to you, I partner up with a partner, and if anybody that's on here been following my story, they know it so well because I had a partner when we had a plumbing company. That's a terrible job too. I wouldn't advise that to nobody. I had to learn it firsthand. That's a crappy job. I just say it like that. But during that time, I guess that was the time for me to interview to see if I really had what I learned and studied. So I helped him um, establish the portfolio of business from top to bottom. We had a couple apartment complex contracts that we had. We had a lot of property manager contracts. that we had, but unfortunately the niche and the mesh of us together as a unit didn't go well. So unfortunately we separated ties. And at that time, like I said, that was part of me starting my life all over. I had a
Right.
couple of jobs. Then I did Tool and Die. I did Happy's Pizza. You
Right.
name
Right.
it. I had a lot of jobs up until now. My full-time job is I'm in the automotive market. But as far as my entrepreneur side of Mr. Basket, I wanted to try something for me, all
So,
me.
so I want to slow that down. So what was it about? Like, because I mean, I've been around to vendor events. I've seen people put gift baskets together, and I never knew of a dude who went into the gift business. So what
Yes,
is it
sir.
about you and your experience that, man, I can get into this. I can do good with this.
Well, I know the female industry did plays a major part in this because you're right. I haven't. You got me. That's a homework for me. I want to see how many other males are in this industry, but I know the females that's in this industry wish they can wish me away, but unfortunately, it has to be a king if it's gonna be a queen. So I took on that to say, you know what? I am the Mister of Mister Baskets. I cover that in that industry. I walked into it alone, standing and believing in faith that the people will receive as such. So with that being said, I didn't want to step on nobody's toes or nothing. I wanted to stand on my own too, in my own lane. I don't try to copy nothing they do. I go this way, they go that way. The way I style my baskets, I design them. A lot of them make it. So I go from the smallest detail to the color of the crinkle paper, the tissue paper, to make sure my Bath and Body Works match my towels that I put in there. So I go down to the smallest minute detail. So that's what makes me the Mister of Baskets.
So how did you get started? Like, how did you figure out how to source your stuff, how to get your products? How did you start? Did you put some nickels together? So let me get a few baskets first, flip these and get more. How did it all come together?
Well, like I kind of said in the top, I started on a shoestring budget. This was before the pandemic. So unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of money to put in it, even though I have been investing continuously more into the brand and the business. But yeah, like I said, I started on a shoestring budget. I bought a pallet. I went around to some thrift stores. I'm not gonna give all my secrets away, but I actually invested in a pallet. That is a good for anybody that's on here. I dropped that jewel. Pallet flipping is a good market. That's an open market. So that's how I was able to get a multitude of different things at one time. So I had stuff for Easter. I had stuff I could use for Mother's Day. I had stuff I could use for Father's Day, all in one pallet. So from there, again, I wanted to separate myself from the norm. So I have wick baskets now. I wish I can just give you a zoom of the workshop, but it's still a lot of stuff I'm doing it under control and got a lot of rearranging stuff to do. I don't want to let everybody see my new baskets that I'm going to reveal this week as well at this event I'm doing downtown. But I use wick baskets. A lot of other gift basket industry, they only go to the dollar store. I spend money on my baskets. I use gift baskets. So
Okay.
everything I do is separates myself from the competition.
All right. All right. And with that, that's a good segue because I got a little video so people can see some of your work. Here we go. All right, there we have it, folks. Those who are joining us, we're back with none than the one and only, none other than Kyle D. Parks, aka Mr. Baskets, changing the gift baskets game in the Metro Detroit area. And so I just showed a video clip of some of his work. He's not gonna give away all the secrets, but he shared a little bit what makes him different in the gift basket business. He is a story of inspiration. Um, he's a story of self development, not selling where you're at. You know, maybe you're out here watching and you've maybe made some choices, some bad decisions, some mistakes, whatever. Let me tell you something. Failure is not final. Failure is not final. You can learn from your past decisions, mistakes, failures, whatever you want to call them, and you can make a change, just like Mr. Baskets. Read over 60 books, learn entrepreneurship, out here hustling. I see him everywhere, networking, going to events, not making any excuses, finding something he's good at and turning his life around, and also being a blessing to others. So let's get back to I noticed like some of the way you put your baskets together. So you're saying that other people they don't do the wicked baskets or the kind of stuff that you put together?
Well, I have researched my competitors because just like anyone in any other industry, you want to see what your competition doing. So I sneak in and check on them. I want to let them know if they watching right now. I'm watching y'all. I hope you watching me. So I do from time to time see what they're doing versus what I'm doing. I look to see how they put together the presentation. Sometimes they don't go with more of appealing. I want my customers to not even open the basket. You get what I'm saying? I want to create that experience. I want to create that ambiance of when you shopping with my company and my brand. So with that being said, yes, I do. I don't mind spending $20 on a wick basket. I'm looking for some suppliers because I'm ready to buy in volume, so that way I
Right.
can buy 100 wick basket versus 5 or
Okay.
10. So it'll help my overhead. But with that being said, yes, I do buy gift boxes from Joann's or outsources and stuff like that. Some of my gift boxes alone may cost. Let me show you one of them. See, a gift box like this alone, the box alone is like $15 just for the box. But
Right.
just to
Right.
show you, just to look at the detail, look at the
Right.
presentation on that. That
Right.
shows.
Right.
See, that shows I care. That don't
Right.
look
Right.
like the average gift basket company.
No, it doesn't. You put a lot in it. Yes, we get some comments out there. Uh,
That's
yeah,
as you
some
should. As you
yes,
should.
yeah. So thank you for those who are watching us live. I did put up some of the comments up there so you can see that I am paying attention. So we want to thank you. We got some people watching us live on YouTube and Facebook. Um, so all right. So what I want to get into now, you talked about when you saw those gift baskets at Walmart, where somebody would pay $60 and it'd be barely one toy, maybe two eggs and two pieces of chocolate. So I want to go into how your pricing. What do you price baskets for all types of budgets, or what kind of different things? 'Cause I see on your website you have stuff for men, for women, Easter baskets. I seen some cologne sets, and I don't know if I saw some with some Hennessy or mixture of different spirits.
Well, actually, and again, that separates me from the competition because everyone don't drink. So why
Right,
would I make a basket detail for someone to drink and they didn't request that? So
right.
my array of baskets, I can incorporate that if that's a customization one of my clients would like. I have no problem with that. You know, if they want me to put backwoods in it, CBD oil, you get what I'm saying? That's my job to honor the client, to satisfy their demand. That's why I entered this market to set myself apart, doing such things as that, to offer customization, to offer price affordable to your budget, because everyone doesn't have a lot of money nowadays. So I mean, if
What is
that,
the entry level basket? I mean, can I
oh
get
well,
something for
well,
20
well,
bucks, 50?
yep, I start at 50, but you can like I have snack baskets for $10. So hey, if
Snack
you want to,
baskets for $10?
yes sir, snack baskets for $10.
Oh, okay. Snack bag. Okay, can I take that into the movie theater? All right,
No,
snack baskets for $10. You got a start at $50. Now, you said something interesting. So, I just assumed you already had the baskets made up. So you're saying you can tailor a basket on request?
yes, sir. I could tailor a basket and a request, and like you just saw the snack basket. So I'm into volume and now. So now I'm gonna make 20 of each one. So I'm gonna make 20 of each kind now, because the way I had it at first, it was like a one of one style basket. So I may only make one of that basket instead of now I'm gonna make a sequence of the same basket. So I'm
Okay.
going into e-commerce very soon. I look forward to that. I would have had it up and running as early as last year, but unfortunately, my web designer had some untimely deaths in his
Okay.
family. Shout out to him, Dave. You know, my heart still go out to him. Me and him was working on the website, launching it on Squarespace and stuff like that. So I'm back in that process now to offer
Okay.
an array of baskets. So I would have 10 of each one instead of one, if that makes sense
Okay.
to you.
Yeah, yeah. So you have 10 sequences. Okay.
Right.
But people can contact you directly if they want a special basket for a special occasion.
Yes, sir. If they want a $10 budget, a $15 budget,
Let's say
a
they have $100
$30
budget.
budget,
Yeah.
huh?
Let's what if they have $100 budget and they got like for maybe a wedding anniversary or a birthday, they can contact you for a special basket?
Yes, they can. I do. I have. A matter of fact, it's crazy you said that. I have done bridal shower. I've done prom recently. So yeah, I have dipped into a little bit of everything. I have been advertising to let them know this same basket you can want for a birthday, you can give to someone for an anniversary. You can give to
Okay.
a woman for she having a hard time. She just lost her boyfriend. You can say, hey,
Right.
let me give my own girl a basket. Let me call her Mr. Basket. You don't got to
Okay.
call off work. You don't got to stand in line. Call
Right.
Mr. Basket.
Now let's get into that. So I gotta ask you, what's been your most weirdest or strangest or outlandish request for a gift basket that you
Ah,
can think of?
man. Well, no, outlandish one. I did a Spider-Man one. That was real nice. But
Oh, Spider-Man.
outlandish, yeah, yeah, that was tailored to the drawers, to the watch. The young kid, she requested her son have everything. No, excuse me, it was Spider-Man meets Sonic the Hedgehog, and I
Okay.
did that 2 years ago. And they had watch. It had he had matching underwear,
Okay.
sunglasses, an array of toys. He wanted Spider-Man coloring book, Sonic Hedgehog glasses, Sonic Hedgehog watch. So it was a Sonic Hedgehog Spider-Man collaborative.
So you
But
probably you have to go and outsource all that. So you
yes,
probably
sir.
charge a premium for a special request, right?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't. No,
I
sir.
would think so because you got to go around and get all the stuff to match. I don't know. I was
That's
just
for my
curious.
that's for my clients. I that's again what separates me from the rest. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
I'm not gonna charge you extra. I'm gonna compile it to one price point, if that
Right.
makes
Right.
sense to you. But every
Right.
time I go and drive somewhere to get something for someone, I can't add the gas mileage and the price on
Right.
every
Right.
time. I just look at, okay, they're sowing the seed with me, so I'm gonna sow a seed with them. So I do offer customization, where it's at a price point for I add in for customize if I have to go outside. So say if I gotta go outside of my Mr. Basket inventory, sometimes I do add an extra $10, but not
Right. That makes
what I
sense. Yeah.
should charge. Like
Right.
if I
Right.
should charge $30, it should be well worth it. I might have gotta go to a Michael's on the other side of town, or I might gotta go to Macy's. Like I had to one time go out to Macy's and get some cologne and some polo things to put in a basket for a client. So I
All
didn't
right.
charge her to go to Northland, I mean to Fairlane or Somerset to get these things, if you get what I'm saying.
All right. All right. So that leads into your customization, so people can order a custom basket. So do they have to pay a deposit, pay you up front, or they pay it on delivery? How does that normally work? And how
Yes,
long
sir.
does it?
Yes.
How many days you give them when they place an order?
Well, it depends on the demand. So if they say they want it for, let's say, a rush order, I will have to have enough information, the detail down to the time limit, when you want it, how you want it, that sort of thing. I do offer next day, because someone may need it the next day. So basically, no need I won't get met, if that makes sense to you.
Okay. And so they pay up front, they pay a deposit, or you
Yes, sir.
you go
Yes, sir. You have to pay up front because, like I said,
100%.
I might gotta go to a Michaels or a
Right, right. So they
Walmart
pay up
or a
front. Okay.
Target to get a specific item, or I might gotta pay on Amazon the next day on Amazon. That's one of my suppliers. I got a plethora of suppliers. I just name drop one, but I might got a next day with them. So I would definitely want a deposit for that.
All right, so I got a slide up because people are watching who may have been the first time hearing about you. Uh, and so I pulled this off your website. So if people want to place an order, is that the number they call, the
Yes,
email,
sir.
and then
Yes, sir.
your own socials is Mr. Basket on Facebook, Pinterest, and you're on TikTok too, right?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna start
Okay, so
dancing too. I gotta start dancing. You gotta try it too, Charles. We gotta
okay,
get our
all right. You
dancing
doing a crip walk on TikTok? What kind of dances you doing? You
in.
jitting?
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call it the Mr. Basket
The
dance.
Mr. Basket Jit. Okay. All right. So we got you. So folks who are watching, who will watch the replay, man, I've seen some of his work, his website. I know definitely. I got some events coming up. I'm gonna have to. I got to get that snack basket. I got. I gotta get. I gotta get some stuff for people's birthdays. So you have the number. There's 313. Was it 962 two
No,
five?
982.
Oh,
982.
982.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Was it 2565?
Correct.
Uh, yeah, Mrbasketsllc at gmail.com. You can place your order. He says he does next day. He does custom baskets, but you got to pay up front. How do you get paid? What do they pay? Cash App or
I take Cash App,
you take Cash App?
Venmo,
You can take Venmo.
Zelle, EBT. No, not EBT, but no,
You
I
ain't
got
you
my
got an EBT
PayPal.
debit card reader? No.
Yeah, everything but EBT. I take PayPal. Cash
Okay.
App is more frequent nowadays. People, you'll be surprised who got Cash App. I done had lawyers Cash App me. So everyone has Cash App, but I do have Zelle. I do have PayPal. Just about everyone. Yep.
Oh, okay. So I don't want to overwhelm you because a lot of people are going to see this. They may start placing orders with you. So you do a 2-day delivery or what? How does it normally work
Well,
if they request?
based upon a demand. Again, if I have it already in house, like they want Bath and Body Works, they want candle, they want accessories. I also throw accessories in my basket. It just depends on
How
what they
much is
want.
a bed and bath Body Works basket typically?
Well, typically all my baskets run from $50 to 125. I think that's
Okay.
about the highest right now. I do
Right.
have
Right.
another one I'm working on right now. This in under construction. That one's gonna be 150. But yep,
What
that's
about for the
probably
men? I saw
for the
some on your
men. Yep,
site for the
I
men.
got good ones for the men.
I
They
saw some
cover.
Adidas cologne and some
Yes, sir.
socks and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, sir. I kind of make it like a centerpiece, and then everything else is like for free. So it's like a care package. How could I guess say care package slash
Gift basket.
composed of a million things in one. They might have
So you are
Fendi
artists.
toenail clipper. Yeah, I'm like an artist, right?
You are
Might put
artists
a
with this,
towel.
man.
I might put a
Yeah.
towel in there, a face towel. I might put beard oil in it. So it just depends on the theme. And I try
Okay.
to give each basket a number of items all in one. So
I'm trying to figure out. You're so correct. How did this all? I mean, how did you come up with all these styles and like you was watching? Was you watching a little bit of Martha Stewart or something, or what was you? How did you get your style for
oh
these
man,
baskets, man?
I can't even I don't even have
It's
one
maybe it's
thing to
God
put.
given.
Yeah. I guess the best way to say it, yeah, because I guess from playing with Legos as a child, my mom she didn't stop me from dreaming, and
Okay, okay,
yeah, so I guess I had it since a child. I have a knack for fashion as well, so I try to be detailed, scripted.
okay.
I try to incorporate that in my designs, if that makes sense
So
to you.
how did you promote your business? How do you promote your business? And I see you at different pop-ups. What did you do to grow and promote your business?
Well, actually, right now I'm on the Mr. Basket pop up and pop out tour. That's my coming out party. So I have been teaming up with a lot of event planners, a lot of event hosts to give myself a better opportunity to get the name out. But mainly pop ups, running ads. Don't be scared to run ads to any business owner that's on here. Don't be afraid to run ads. You'll be surprised how many customers I've just found from running ads, marketplace, word of mouth. Word of mouth.
Okay,
Don't be afraid to say something. I got customers at my job that support me when no one else do. So
okay.
always make opportunity to make a customer. That's the best way. I give that jewel away for free.
All right. I can see using some of your baskets, and I don't know if anyone done it in the past. You know, you have fundraisers. You purchase the baskets, and then you have a raffle where people can raffle it off, and the winner gets the basket, and as a way to
Yeah.
raise money for like a nonprofit or charitable.
Yeah.
organization. So I
Yeah.
definitely can see using you in that way in the future. Um, there was something important. Yeah. So what's next for Mr. Bassett? What are you trying to do now? I know you talked about the website. What's next? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to have your own store, e-commerce, or something else?
Well, like I told you from me making my prison cell my first office, I have an array of things and endeavors that I have planned. I'm walking into my introductory as an author. I have the books ready. I've been typing them, working with different editors, stuff like that. I'm gonna publish it under my own imprint, Dream Book Publishing Group. So I'm finna kind of like let Mr. Basket go on autopilot once I do the e-commerce part. Brick and mortar is in the future. I've been working and talking with some lenders and funders, getting ready to get my business profile taken care of as far as that to get funding for e-commerce. But right now, just I guess letting Mr. Basket run on autopilot. I'm working with Detroit Vendor Collective. We're working on a mixer, so look out for that. You can see that
Okay.
on my page as well. I work with Shop and Buy Local with the River Rouge community. They've been giving me open arms out there, so I'm going to work with them. And Ebony Ilmore, who's my partner, she has a nonprofit that we're working on, IT Divas, Kids, as well as Just Trust. I want to make sure I say the name correctly. So, yeah, I have I call myself the networking mogul because I'm more than Mr. Basket, even though I will always be known for Mr. Basket. But you can look out for me as Kyle D. Parks, the author. I have a relationship book as well as a self-help motivational book coming the top of the year. This
All
gonna
right.
definitely be hard.
All right. All right. Can you hear me? All right. So how the sound went. Hold on one second. Let me fix the sound. Make sure. All right. Go ahead. Okay, man. The sound. You were just going flowing, and the sound went out. Um. Let's see. Let me share this slide here. All right. So while we're working on the sound, I want to make sure everybody can see how you can get in touch with Mr. Baskets. There's a slide, his phone number, email Mrbasketsllc at gmail.com. We have his number 313. Um, I got to put my, it's so funny. I got to put my glasses on. Oh, 982-2565, 982-2565. Let's see. All right, Mr. Baskets, you there? Can you hear me? Man, something's going on with the sound. We were having this issue earlier. Um,
I'm
let's
here.
see.
You hear
All right,
me?
yeah, I can hear you now. I
Okay.
don't know. The sound went out. Yeah. So
That's okay. That's
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay, you're back. Okay. All right. Yep. Thank you, everybody who's watching. We go live. Just let you know we really live.
Oh, really live. It's true.
Yeah. So
It's
we had.
true.
All right. So the sound is back. I was sharing your contact information. Um,
Thank you.
let me go back to this screen here. Okay. So as we wrap things up, um, I want to give you some air horns. I'm looking forward to your book coming out. So man, you got your business, Mr. Baskets. You got your books coming out. Are you going to be eventually a speaker, a motivational speaker, being inspiring, sharing your story with young people or anybody who want to be motivated?
I'm gonna give you another a look into behind the man himself. I actually took my first dive into motivational speaking in the prison church. So
Okay.
imagine if I spoke in front of criminals. You could tell I'm ready to speak in front of the world. So
Okay.
with that being said, yes, I do plan to go to motivational speaking. The book is gonna be on audio, ebook as well, but yes, I definitely know my voice is going to help the masses. I know the youth need it. You can just look at the crime rate. You can look at the way
Right.
the community is crying out. Mental health is serious. So I know my story. If I can just change one and that one change someone else, then little by little I'm doing my job.
All right, all right, all right. So, man, I'm just excited about all the stuff you're doing. I'm excited about your life.
Thank you. Thank
You are an encouragement and inspiration for me, and I'm sure many others that you don't have to stay where you're at. You can make changes. Um, and and when I think about probably from a spiritual standpoint, uh, life is about redemption. We can
you.
redeem ourselves. We don't always have to be stuck in failures or past. We can change the narrative. If this podcast is about me, I can share. I made some bad decisions in my life, and some of the stuff is public, and some of it ain't public. But
Right.
I haven't been the best version of myself. But I try to get better each day, learn from my past failures and mistakes to get better. You're an inspiration to me and many others. So I want to thank you again for being a friend of the podcast and sharing your story, and your business, and hopefully that will inspire others. So you're definitely a difference maker in the Detroit. This podcast is about a platform on positivity, making positive connections where connections matter, and not getting into people's mess, but trying to be a blessing to others. So thanks again, man. Wish you well. Thanks for being a friend of the podcast. And any closing announcements or any words of inspiration you want to share as we close out?
Yes, sir. With that being said, I definitely want to thank you for this opportunity. I've been following you from afar. I believe in manifestation because I manifest this. So I appreciate this platform. I appreciate this opportunity. I appreciate all the work you do in this community. Like I told you earlier, I coined you the new Bill Bonds. Because I believe in you. I've been watching you, man, and I've been seeing what you're doing, and the community needs you. So I just want to give you your roses for a moment, man. Keep up doing what you're doing. You inspire me already. And I know someone watching this, you're going to inspire them as well. Keep up your good work. Shout out to everybody that's behind the Mr. Basket campaign. Shout out to Ebony Elmore. Shout out to Keela and Moonlight Minerals. Shout out to my Shop Buying Local family. Shout out to the whole East Side, West Side, Detroit. Shout out to everybody that support the Detroit Metro Plug podcast. And we got to work together. I need a few
Yeah, yeah,
good men. Don't be afraid to hit that number and say, bro, I support you. Let's move, and I can help you. Let's help
right.
each other.
Yes, that's what
Together.
it's about.
Together. That's our problem. We're not working together. So if
Yeah,
that's
yes.
the best, if that's the best way I can end that, I just say, team. My acronym for team mean together. Everyone accumulate millions.
All right, all right. Let's work together. All right, thank you so much for being on today's podcast. Yes. So, folks, thanks again for those who are viewing. Thanks again for those who watched the replay on YouTube and on Facebook. Again, let's support this brother, Mr. Baskets. You can go on all social medias, Instagram, Facebook. He's also on TikTok. And so, yes, so definitely support this guy and what he's doing. He does pop-ups, and looking forward to his other motivational things. So I'll see you next week. Another great guest, another Detroit difference maker. Want to encourage you, if you find value in what we're doing, please subscribe, like, and follow. We're trying to have positive narratives in the city of Detroit. You're going to see people and stories you're not going to see on local major media. You're not going to hear about these stories. We're going to interview unique people that's doing great things in the city of Detroit. So I want to encourage you, like and subscribe. Also, in our description, there's a donate button. You can donate to support the program. Also, I'm going to be setting out packages for people who will want to sponsor an episode. If you're a business, want to get your eyeballs on your business, we have a growing community on our 3 platforms together, over 800 to 1,000 followers. Our videos are getting viewed on Facebook and YouTube. And so if you're a business and you're looking to get your name out there, consider sponsoring a podcast episode. I'm going to have a packet of information with that. And so let me close with this, and then we'll be all set.
Hey everyone, this is Charles. with Detroit Metro Plug Podcast. If you are finding value in today's video, I invite you to subscribe, like, and comment. We would love to hear your feedback. And don't forget to click on that notification bell so you can be notified when we have upcoming episodes of difference makers in the area of entrepreneurship and community involvement. If you're interested in being a part of our Facebook networking community, I invite you to click on the link to be a part of that community. This is a place where you can network with like-minded people and a chance to share about your product or service. If you're interested in working with me directly on how you can share your story with video or with podcasting, you can email me direct at DetroitMetroPlug313@gmail.com. Thanks again, and let's get back to this interview.